Okay, chapter number 4. As we discussed, today we are going to discuss about the Excel. So, first of all, what is Excel? So, I hope all of you have some idea regarding the Excel, automobile Excel, we can say. So, an Excel is a central shaft for a rotating wheel or gear. So, with the use of Excel, we can easily transmit the power which is produced in the IC engine or engine. We can say that in the automobile vehicle. So, if you want to transmit the power from the engine to gearbox and gearbox to wheel, so if you want to rotate the wheel in the automobile vehicle, then it is necessary to use the axle. So axle is a one can say central shaft for a rotating wheel or gear. So with the use of that axle we can rotate the wheel or we can rotate the gear. So on wheeled vehicle the axle may be fixed to the wheels rotating with them or fixed to the vehicle with the wheel rotating around the axle. So on the wheel in automobile vehicle, we can say that the axle may be fixed to the wheels and rotating with them. If you can rotate the axle with the use of the transmitted power, then you can easily rotate the automobile wheel or fixed to the vehicle with the wheels rotating around the axle. We can say that, and bearing or bushing are provided at the mounting points where the axle is supported. So at that particular location we can provide the bearing and bushing, so at the mounting points where the axle is supported, right? This is the type of axle. So as we all know that we are using the different three types of axle in the automobile vehicle: rear wheel real axle, front axle, and stub axle. So in that also we can further classify the rear axle into three different categories, that is full floating, semi floating, and three quarter floating. So front axle is also we can further classify into the two categories, that is dead front axle and line front axle. So in that, keep in your mind, line front axle is also known as a live front axle. So dead or live and dead in line, right? Stub axle, that is Elliott, reverse Elliott, Lamoine, and reverse Lamoine. Further, we can classify the stub axle into the four different categories. So we will see in the next slide rear axle. So how many forces are acting on the rear axle during the run vehicle, right? Running the vehicle. First of all, rear axle weight of the body. So maximum weight of the automobile body that will be forced on the rear axle compared to the front axle. Next thing is the driving thrust. So as we all know that કે આપણે જ્યારે પણ આપણી કારને રન કરાવવા માટે થ્રસ્ટ આપશું, ડ્રાઇવિંગ થ્રસ્ટ, ત્યારે એનો જે ફોર્સ છે એ કેના ઉપર જવાનો છે, that will transfer to the rear axle. Next thing is a torque reaction. So torque reaction is an important thing and which is also transferred, this force transferred to the rear axle. And side thrust is also, one can say that, forces on the rear axle, right? So first of all, we are discussing about the semi-floating axle. So as we all know that with a semi-floating axle, the axle shaft both carries the weight and transmit torques. With a semi-floating axle, the axle shaft both carries the weight and transmits the torque because of semi-floating axle is a one type of rear axle. So that's why we can say that the axle shaft, or we can say both, carries a weight and transmit the torques. The wheel is often bolted directly to the flange on the axle. I will see you the figure of the semi-floating axle in the next slide. And with the use of that, you can easily understand that things. What is the structure of the semi-floating axle? So yes, we can say that the axle, or so the wheel is often bolted directly to the flange on the axle. Semi-float axle are seen on cars and light-duty trucks. So at where we are using the type of semi-floating axle, it will be used in cars, and also we can use in the trucks, but light duty trucks. So keep it in your mind, remember it. And semi floats are more limited in the capacity but lighter and cheaper to manufacture. So this type of semi floats that are limited in the capacity, and that's why we can't use it in the heavy duty trucks or a heavy commercial vehicle. But it is very lighter and cheaper to the manufacturer. Right? You can see the figure of the semi floating axle, both the figures, net schematic diagram and
સર
live figure
હેલો.
or working figure of this semi. Yes,
યસ સર, આમાં
yes.
પેલી સ્લાઇડ જ આવી છે, બીજી એક સાઈડ બદલતી નથી, ડેફિનેશન વાળી છે ને એ જ બતાવે છે અમને અહીંયા.
એવું છે.
હા, ક્યારનું એમનેમ જ છે. હવે આવી ગઈ.
આવી ગઈ.
હા હા.
વેરી ગુડ. આવે છે ને હવે?
હા હા હા.
ચેન્જ થાય છે? હું ચેન્જ કરું છું તો
નહીં, ચેન્જ નથી થયો.
અત્યારે કઈ સ્લાઇડ છે? ફિગર
સેમી.
વાળી છે સેમી ફ્લોટિંગમાં?
હા 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 હા
ફિગર
હા.
વાળી.
ઓકે 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 ઓકે. ખબર નહીં શું પ્રોબ્લેમ છે. ઓકે, દેખાય છે ને અત્યારે? Can you see my presentation or not?
યસ સર, આમાં સેમી ફ્લોટિંગ એક્સેલ દેખાય છે.
Okay. So you can see the schematic diagram of semi-axle and the live figure of the semi-floating axle also. So you can see the statement is the wheel is often bolted directly to the flange on the axle. So તમારું wheel જે છે એ શું છે? Directly bolt થયેલું હશે કેની સાથે? Axle ની flange સાથે. So you can see that it is a taper key. This one is a taper key. This one is a wheel hub. This one is an axle casing, and this one is axle shaft. So you can see that the axle is or the wheel is often directly bolted to the flange of the axle. So you can see in the figure, it is the same floating axle, and with the use of that, we can easily transmit the power to the wheel. Right now, you can see the full floating axle. Can you see the full floating axle?
નો સર.
ચેન્જ થઈ છે સ્લાઇડ કે હજુ નથી થઈ?
નહીં નહીં, નથી થઈ.
શું પ્રોબ્લેમ છે નાઉ?
નહીં નહીં.
What's the problem यार? Now can you see this?
યસ સર.
Changing the slide. Now
હા, ફર્સ્ટ પેજ.
ફરે છે. હેલો, કોઈ એક જણ મારી સાથે કોમ્યુનિકેટ કરો પ્લીઝ.
ફૂલ ફ્લોટિંગ એક્સેલ વાળું આવ્યું છે.
Okay, good. So now it is completed semi-floating axle. Now we are going to discuss about the full axle. The weight of the axle is supported by the axle housing more specially. Bearing spindle attached to the axle housing, the side of the bearing in the separate wheel hub. So now you can see the figure, and in that you can see the wheel hub. And what is the importance of the wheel hub that you all know? Axle shaft.
ફિગર
It's
નથી
axle
આવ્યું.
shaft. Oh, sorry.
ફિગર નથી આવ્યું.
Yeah. Okay, okay. Now,
નહીં નહીં. બ્લેક દેખાય છે.
Then થાય છે slide?
ના સર આમાં કઈ દેખાતું જ નથી.
ધવલ 10 થાય છે બેટા?
નહીં સર બ્લેક જ આવે છે. હા ફૂલ ફ્લોટિંગ એક્સેલ વાળું પેજ આવ્યું.
હું પુશ કરું છું. તમને થાય છે ફૂલ ફ્લોટિંગ?
પેલી આ ફૂલ ફ્લોટ નહીં ચેન્જ નથી થઈ, એક જ ઓલી ફૂલ ફ્લોટિંગ એક્સેલ છે ને એ જ બતાવે છે.
યાર કોણ નહીં આવે શું થઈ? નેટવર્ક ઇશ્યુ છે, પ્રેઝન્ટ સ્ટોપ પણ નથી થતું. So there is some issue in the network. Okay, now I am trying to present my screen. Now can you see this?
નહીં સર હજુ
No,
કઈ
sir.
આવ્યું નથી.
નહીં.
Now
હા આવ્યું.
આવ્યું.
okay. I am changing the slide. Slide change થાય છે તમારી સામે?
Yes, sir. Real Excel, semi-floating Excel, full floating
Yes.
Excel.
Now full floating. Okay, good. Okay. Okay, so full floating Excel. Up to here we have completed. The weight of the axle is supported by the axle housing more specifically. So this type of axle is supported by the axle housing, and more specifically, a bearing spindle attached to the axle housing and set of the bearing in a separate wheel hub, and we can say torque is transmitted by a separate axle shaft that carries no weight. This is called full floating axle. So it's commonly built, we can say that the full floater are considerably heavier, and that's why this type of axles we are using in the latest automobile vehicle. But also it is a much stronger, so it is not cheap and not light, because as compared to the semi-floating axle, semi-floating axle is a cheap and light for the manufacturer also. But this type of full floating axle is considerably heavier and much stronger, we can say that. So can you see the figure of the full floating axle?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Now it is very well. So you can see the wheel hub. So in the live figure, you can see that how it is with disc brake. So you can see the disc brake and its disc, and with wheel hub, how we can join the axle shaft to the wheel, and how we can transmit the power to the wheel, how we can transmit the power to the wheel. So this one is the axle shaft, you can see in the slide. Over here it is a wheel stud, this one is a bearing lock nuts over here on both the side. This is a flange sleeve, it is a flange sleeve, and it is a casing of the axle. This one is a casing of the axle, right? So this is a full floating axle. Now 3/4 floating axle. This type of axle is a combination of full and semi floating bearing. This type of 3/4 floating axle is combination of the full and semi floating bearing. So in this bearing is locating between the axle casing and wheel hub, or we can say hub axle shaft do not have to withstand my steering or bending action due to the weight of the vehicle. So as we know that about steering and bending action. I hope all of you have studied in the strength of material, right? Or we can say uh, mechanics of solid. So in this bearing is locating between the axle casing, hub axle shaft do not have to withstand any steering and bending action due to the weight of the vehicle. So which are taken up by the axle casing through hub and bearing. As a weight છે તમારા vehicle નો એ શું થશે, which is taken up by the casing of the axle or axle casing through hub and bearing. So however it has to take lots and driving torque, we can say that. And a 3/4 floating is same as a semi floating with one difference. So I can say that this type of 3/4 floating axle is same as the semi floating axle with one major difference. Which one? The outer bearing is moved to the outside of the outer end of the axle tube, and supporting hub assembly via the bearing's outer circumference edge. This one is the main difference between 3/4 floating and semi floating axle. Or we can say the 3/4 floating axle is same as the semi floating with one major difference, and the major difference is that the outer bearing is moved to the outside of the outer end of the axle tube, as you saw in the figure. Supporting hub assembly via the bearing outer circumferences of the edge. So this one is the axle casing, this one is the axle shaft, this one is a wheel stud location, and this one is a wheel hub. So all the weight of the vehicle, we can say that, which is transmitted by the wheel hub. So directly there is no any steering and bending action due to the weight of the vehicle in the 3/4 floating axle casing through hub and the bearing. It is 3/4 floating, right? Now this is the figure of the three different types of rear axles that we have already discussed. First one is a semi floating, second one is a 3/4 floating, and third one is a full floating axle. So as we all have seen the three different figure of these three different rear axles: semi floating axles, 3/4 floating axles, and full floating axles. So you can see the major difference between these three: semi floating, full floating, and 3/4 floating. Weight supported by the axle subjected to both bending and torque in the semi floating axle. So you can see the structure of these three different rear axles. In 3/4 floating, axle shaft only to torque except when rounding turns or on roads that are not level. In this 3/4 floating axle, over here you can see the difference. Over here it is semi floating with one major difference. Another, we can say that the 3/4 floating is same as the semi floating axle. Over here full floating, you can see that weight supported entirely by the wheel housing. Axle shaft subjected to only torque. So we can easily, same as that, we can transmit the power how to the structure of the structure to the wheel. But this one is a major difference between the full floating and semi floating axles, right? So this is the difference between these three types of rear axles: semi floating axles, 3/4 floating axles, and full floating axles, right? Now front axles. So front wheel of the vehicle are mounted on the front axles. It supports the weight of the front part of the vehicle, and it facilitates the steering also. It absorbs the shocks which are transmitted due to the road surface irregularities, and it absorbs the torque applied on it due to the braking of the vehicle, right? Shreyans bhai aave hai. Welcome, Shreyans. Okay, so these front wheels of the vehicle are mounted on the front axle. That is, we all know, the front wheels ની સાથે જો એ માઉન્ટ થયેલી હોય તો એને ફ્રન્ટ એક્સેલ કહેવાય. So it supports the weight of the front part of the vehicle કે જે ટોર્ક નો થ્રસ્ટ અને સાઇડ થ્રસ્ટ અને એક્સેલરેટ જ્યારે કરતા હતા ત્યારે આપણે બધો વેઇટ ટ્રાન્સફર કરતા હતા ટુ ધ રિયર એક્સેલ. But now it supports the weight of the front part only, front part of the vehicle only. It facilitates the steering also, because always steering is on the front axles. It absorbs the shocks which are transmitted due to the road surface irregularity. If we are driving on the off-roads, so જે પણ કાંઈ ખરાબ રસ્તો આવે છે એના બધાના શોક્સ ને એબ્ઝોર્બ કરવાનું કામ પણ આ ફ્રન્ટ એક્સેલ કરશે. And it absorbs the torque applied on it due to the braking of the vehicle. So now you can see the dead axle. What is dead axle? Dead axle are those axles which do not rotate. So if our vehicle is front engine rear wheel drive, then in front axle it is we are using, because there is no need to transmit the power which is produced by the IC engine or engine, because we are running the vehicle with the use of the rear wheels. That's why we are using the dead axles in front. Dead axles are those axles which do not rotate, and these axles have sufficient rigidity and the strength to take the weight, and the ends of the front axle are suitably designed to accommodate the stub axles. So this type of dead axle is known as a ends of the front axle also, we can say, and it is also suitably designed to accommodate the stub axles. Now you can see the live axles. The more components we are using in the live axles, because of we are transmitting the power with the use of these axles. We are absorbing the shocks which is given by the rod, which is given by the irregular rods. Also we are using it as a to rotate the wheel or wheel assembly we are using at the front. That's why it is called live axles. So live axles are used to transmit the power from the gearbox to the front wheels. Also live front axles although reassemble rear axles, but they are different at the ends of the where wheels are mounted. Or we can say that the one of the best example, I hope you have idea regarding that, the live axle Maruti 800 has the line front axle or live axles, we can say that, right? So it is very most important parts used in the live axle. It is a question, with the use of that we can absorb the shocks, not shocks. With the use of these shock absorbers, we are using this both the component to absorb the shocks. This is a locating arm, so with the use of that we can easily fix that component with the use of this automobile body. This one is a linkage.
હલો.
હલો.
રેકોર્ડિંગ ચાલુ છે હો ભાઈ.
હા.
Hello. Listen my voice or not?
યસ સર.
યસ સર.
ઓકે ઓકે. થોડું ટેકનિકલ ઇસ્યુ ના લીધે લેફ્ટ થઈ ગયો તો મીટિંગ માંથી. and I am rejoining. Okay, today it is enough. I am taking your attendance.
ઓકે
So
સર.
you can join the second lecture, okay?
ઓકે સર.
Today is the 23rd of March 2021. Timing is 7:25. Okay, Shreyans Puranik. Dhruvil Parmar. Omkar Gadvi. Dhaval Wadia. સહજ સાવલિયા. ઓકે, બીજું કોણ હતું? પેલું
વિશાલ સોરઠિયા.
અચ્છા, વિશાલ સોરઠિયા. એ કેમ લેફ્ટ થઈ ગયો?
એને એમ લાગે આ
એને
પૂરું થઈ
મારી
ગયું
જેમ.
લાગે. હા.
અચ્છા, પછી પેલો હતો ને આપણો ભાઈ.
પંડ્યા.
હા, પંડ્યા સુમિત.
સુમિત પંડ્યા.
પછી હજુ હતો પેલો, શું નામ
અખિલ
પેલો?
કતપરા. અખિલ.
હા, અખિલ અખિલ અખિલ. એની સરનેમ કેવી? કતકપરા.
કતકપરા.
Okay, you may leave the meeting now.